penguin ends up on the beach in Australia.
A little bit later on. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight is over. The world's best cheddar cheese has been named. It's available at your local supermarket.
Stop everything.
Yeah,
Daily
please.
Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and we're welcoming you to Daily Flash, broadcasting worldwide. Also, of course,
We're international?
We are
Do
international.
we have real ID for that?
No, we don't. That's the thing.
Yeah,
We don't. But I mentioned that because we're also on AFN, so our friends in the armed forces are watching us worldwide, but we're also on channels everywhere. And the reason I also bring that up is I got a text message from a friend. She was in Key West. She goes, "Hey, we're watching the show down here. This is great." I go, I would love to be in Key West right now. So I was very jealous. She goes, "Well, technically you are." So
Oh, well, see.
our folks down there in Key West.
Think about the passport we have that we don't even know about.
That's true. Our real ID.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know what else we have? We have a little guy called Matty Doolittle who is working on Band-Aid still on your head. Explain that real quick in case people didn't hear yesterday.
I flipped off a scooter, one of those ones you rent downtown that are really fast and going 20 miles an hour on a brick road, hit a rock and flipped over.
I said just fight. You get go with the fight. It's a better story.
All these
But
opportunities.
the only fight I've ever been in was on a basketball court. So
But you
people know
can't
I
say
don't
that,
fight.
man. This
I
thing
don't-
got elbowed in. Okay, you fought on the
fall
basketball.
down a lot.
Elbows.
Fight the scooter?
Fight the power. Fight the power.
Fought the ground.
And here's the thing, and what's worse about it is that you had to pay for that experience.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be paying for it.
No, I'm talking about paying for the little
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got married. At least I got the wife's insurance.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right,
We'll
Maddie.
pay for it in other ways, too. So.
We'll be checking in with Maddie a little bit later.
You know, the Hallmark Christmas movies
Yes.
are super popular this time. They even have like a Christmas in July series.
Of course
where
they do,
put
because they
the
know how
Christmas
popular
movies.
it is, yeah.
So as a result, we talked about this a while ago, the Hallmark cruises that they're doing, the Hallmark Christmas cruises. People are going on these cruise ships that are being hosted by the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, okay,
They're
okay.
doing all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Now there is a huge Hallmark Christmas wedding trend. So people are getting married this time of year, and they're using the themes from the Hallmark Christmas movies as the backdrop for their weddings.
Interesting.
You
Yeah,
marry
do
that
this.
woman, run for the hills.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
You're in trouble, buddy.
Google this. Google Hallmark Christmas posters or covers.
Okay.
They do the exact same pose on everyone.
they really?
They put together like 30 of them.
No.
And it's a man and woman, like James is doing,
Yeah.
where the woman's, and the one's wearing red, one wearing
Or
green,
green.
either vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's a formula.
And one has a Santa hat on.
With Santa hat, right.
Yeah.
Now, these cruises be interesting. I would like to do the Lifetime Movie Network cruise where you wind up and you meet the other father's family that lived across the country.
And then you're solving murders.
And you're solving murders afterwards.
And then you're not sure if you'll make it off the cruise or not.
Or you move back to a town you used to live in.
Yes.
That sort of- And you know, look, let's give it to Hallmark. They know the formula. The story is
Absolutely.
always the same.
Always the same?
And matter of fact, AI could really do it. You can say, give me this, just change the names and the city. It really
It's either the big city guy or the girl that comes back to the small
100%.
town, and they've got to help a dying family member, and then all of a sudden they fall in love with the plumber, and they're not supposed to.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, the other job is like a humble hometown job, and they're a successful
they're a
business
big
person
lawyer
or
from
business
New York
woman.
City.
Andrea and I talked about this while you were out, Mitch, but Hot Frosty on Netflix, where they did so it's a hot snowman that comes to life and turns into a real guy, and the lady falls in love. But the lady is one of the women that's in like all the Hallmark movies, and it's shot like a Hallmark movie. It's got the whole Hallmark feel, but he's a snowman.
Will Ferrell did a movie where they were kind of making fun, but and it's called what again?
Hot Frosty.
Hot Frosty.
Which it's nothing like Cleveland Steamer, by the way.
Oh, no.
Hot Frosty is a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie where he comes to life and has all the parts.
The guy's name
Doesn't that
Sanchez?
sound like it? Hot Frosty. Give me a hot frosty.
Sanchez.
Speaking of paying and paying for something, and getting your face all messed up.
How much do you charge for a hot frosty?
That's actually what happened.
We are going off the rails, folks. Stick around for that. Cheryl and HR is waiting for us. We better get this story
goodness.
started, right? This
It's
show
about that
started.
passport. It's been
Oh, that's
canceled.
true. Yeah, we better use it like right now. We go now to New York. Taxi driver trapped upside down after his cab crashed on the streets of New York. Very scary sight for onlookers. They could see the driver hanging upside down from his seatbelt inside the wrecked yellow cab. Look at the screen here.
Bless his heart.
When the emergency crews arrived, they found the taxi sitting on the roof, middle of Manhattan Street. Fire crews worked to free the cabbie. Once he was out of the car, he appeared to be in pain as first responders talked to him about the crash as well. The bad thing is people didn't know if he was actually on a fare or not because the light on the top, you couldn't tell on what it was. Hey, remember, Matt, when we were in Miami, we got an Uber guy and he was like driving around everything. And right when we get there, I go, dude, are you from New York? And he goes, yeah, I'm from New York. And I go, I could tell by the way you drive. And because these taxi drivers, they're incredible, first off. And I would say this is kind of rare that you would see a taxi driver getting in a wreck because they're that good.
I've been in New York a ton of times, and I'm always like, I don't know how you people drive here. I've never driven a car in Manhattan, and
There's really no need
it terrifies me.
No, I stepped off the sidewalk and almost got hit by a bicyclist, and I was like, because they've got those couriers that are on the bikes, and those guys go like 90 miles an hour down the street, and I was like,
it's something that, and again, like I said, you don't need to drive in New York because you have cabs and Ubers now and everywhere, and Subway. All that.
So that's not a hot Frosty.
That is not a hot Frosty, though the concept is the same.
It's an upside down hot Frosty.
The concept is the same. It's not a hot Frosty because there's not a goat involved.
Gotcha.
What?
Let's move on to talk about other wildlife. Penguins. A lone emperor penguin took a serious left turn and wound up 2,000 miles away from home. The native of Antarctica was found wandering alone.
Aww.
On a sun-drenched beach in Western Australia. The penguin, nicknamed Gus, was taken in by a local wildlife rehab group. After 20 days of care, he was returned to the Southern Ocean off the coast of Australia. They hope he makes his way back home to the icy waters of the Antarctic. Gus gained almost 8 pounds under a vet's care and started drinking salt water from a tub. That's when they knew he was ready to head back home. Isn't that all of us?
That's a hot Frosty. That's interesting. And don't they can remember.
Yeah.
Like they have like this incredible memory and they know how that route, he could take that route again and wind up in the exact same place, from my understanding.
But the crazy thing is that he ended up on the beach in Australia, which is not where he's supposed to, like that's completely unheard of.
I would imagine
by himself.
Had something to do with that as well. And that is interesting though too, that they can wind up doing that. And he was dressed for the occasion.
They've had warming trends though going on with some of the currents and stuff in the waters. And like we're seeing in Florida, we're seeing great white sharks in places they've never had them before just because of the water changing.
We were talking about this, how things are more documented now.
Yeah.
And so when we, I'm not going against what you're saying, but we always say, well, they've never seen it before. We don't know that. I mean, the Earth is cyclical, and I don't want to get into an Earth warming situation. But it changes. Things change, and this probably did happen at
And
one
don't
time.
get me started on the windmills off the coastlines.
No, you're 100% right. Chemical trails, though, they're real. Right, no, that's true. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Cheese Awards recently held in Portugal. I was snubbed again for my bad jokes.
Shame on that.
We do now have a winner. The annual competition features more than 4,000 cheeses from 40 different countries. The winner is Tillamook Cheddar.
Woo-hoo!
And you get that right here in the United States. We won it, folks. This is unbelievable. Think of your favorite cheese memory, and Tillamook was probably involved in it. The creamery, based in Oregon, was named the best cheddar in the world.
Come on.
Their Maker's Reserve Extra Sharp Cheddar was the winning ticket. It had a whole intelligence thing. That's why it's sharper. The year marked the largest World Cheese Awards ever, with more than 1,000 companies competing for the top award. The United States came in fourth overall, had 160 wins. U.S. was followed by Spain, Italy, Switzerland for the most wins. Congratulations, Tillamook. We knew you could do it. Yes.
Yay! Cheesy.
It is cheesy. We appreciate that.
I love Tillamook cheese.
I can't. I think I've had it before, but
They're
I'm not a real big
We've had
cheese
them on
guy.
a few times.
That's probably when I had it.
Yeah. You're not a big cheese guy?
Oh, they've been on the show?
Yeah, they've been on the show.
I eat this stuff. I'm going to tell you something. Daily. I have some now.
Oh yeah, I love cheese.
I love cheese. Trust me. I got a lot.
Okay, this might actually be the sweetest spot in the Big Apple. Check this out. Stressed out New Yorkers can get a free dose of love and advice from a grandma on duty.
Cool.
The pop-up grandma stand will be available once a week. On a recent Friday afternoon, dozens of New Yorkers stopped by to get an earful of sympathy and old-timey wisdom. The question of the day at the grandma stand might be, what was something good your parents taught you? The grannies say the conversations are just as impactful for them as they are for those who stop by asking for the advice.
I love this. That's awesome. It reminds me of Lucy of Peanuts, her advice.
Oh, yes, that's right. The 10-cent stand. Yeah.
I love that. And so many places have like, change my mind. I believe this, change my mind, and sit down and it's conversation. But this probably gives, they've got a lot of wisdom to pass on.
Absolutely.
And then also too, imagine it could help loneliness as well.
I think so too, yeah. For
it's
them to
beautiful.
get out of the house and share their.
How do you pay her?
How do you pay her? In hard candies. That's how you do it.
And hot
Werther's.
Right. Hey everybody, it's time for our Bright Side stories, and you're going to love these. These are actually a positive twist, or you could say spin, if you will, or even just great positive stories that are happening out there. AJ, Matt, you guys ready for this?
Yeah,
Let's
we're ready.
jump in. From the rugged peaks of British Columbia comes the remarkable tale of Sam Benestick. Now, he's a determined hiker who actually survived, get this, 5 weeks lost in the unforgiving wilderness of the Red Fern Keeley Provincial Park in Canada. Now, what began as just a 10-day solo adventure to fish spiraled into a 50-day ordeal marked by sub-zero nights, wolf encounters, and snow-covered terrain. And despite being well prepared for with supplies like a hatchet and plenty of peanut butter, he said, which he says went actually bad, which led to a massive search and involved over 120 volunteers and the RCMP. Finally rescued by surveyors on a remote road, Sam emerged from his harrowing journey with frostbite, exhaustion, and a story for the ages, though he humorously lamented that he didn't catch a single fish, and that was the whole reason why he was going out there. Sam, a true testament of resilience and grit. His adventure, described by a family as friggin' amazing, it underscores the majestic beauty and the perils of British Columbia's wilderness. So we're glad to see that he's alive and preparing. You know, it's kind of neat with technology. You know, the Apple Watches now.
Yeah.
You can mark like right when you begin something, and it'll track where you are going. So then they can find you. There's also these new things where they're balloons that you can take with you, and it sends up a beacon into the sky, and
that's cool.
That way people can find you. So there's great to see technology doing that. Obviously, his eye's a little hurt there with some bandages on it, but he's going to be fine and okay.
Maybe some frostbite.
A little bit of frostbite. You're right.
Yeah, my goodness. Well, what about a satellite phone? I always, when you hear these stories, you think like, if you're going on these amazing journeys in the woods or hiking, wouldn't you want to make sure you've got some kind of tracker on you?
Yeah, his plan was 10 days and wound up 5 weeks to 50 days. So, you know, you got to be prepared for anything.
All right, Mitch, thank you. Well, what used to be a barley field in Scotland is now the buzzing equivalent of Times Square for pollinators, thanks to a rewilding project that's taken bumblebee numbers from a dismal 50 to more than 4,000.
Wow.
Rewilding Denmark Field, a 90-acre masterpiece north of Perth, swapped pesticides for wildflowers, turning weeds like spear thistle into a 5-star buffet for bees and butterflies. The field now hums with life so vibrantly that they're running bee safaris. Yes, safaris for bees.
Wow.
As housing developments creep closer, the wildlife wonderland stands firm, proving that sometimes leaving nature to itself is the best buzz of all.
That's cool to see. You know, and they say we lose bees, we lose the world.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard that before, right?
Of course, yeah.
It's scary if you think about that. So it's good to see that they're coming
Doesn't
back.
that make you sometimes wonder, like, what would the Earth was like before humans,
screwed it up?
Screwed
Braden says.
All right. Well, in a heartwarming reunion just before Thanksgiving, retired military dog Jacopo, an 8-year-old Belgian Malinois, was reunited with his former handler, Staff Sergeant Peyton May, in San Antonio, Texas. The two served side by side in Iraq, sharing not only missions, but twin-sized beds and a bond forged in trust and duty. Jacopo who spent nearly 7 years as an elite explosives detection dog, is now ready for a well-deserved retirement. And thanks to the American Humane, Jacopo is home, and soon he'll join May on deployment to Italy, this time as a cherished companion, enjoying the good life he earned.
That's a good boy.
I love those stories.
It really is, yeah. I mean, because I would imagine, Matt, like they make such a huge bond when they're out there. Right?
I mean, even with your dog at home, you think of the bond you have there, but then think about, dodging bullets and bombs and everything else all day. I mean, that's going to put it together even closer. And when these military guys come back, they need the dog just as much as the dog wants to be with the person too.
Very good point.
True.
There's your bright side stories for today.
They get a little connected, so that's a great story to see. All right, so check this out. A bride is getting some serious online attention for allowing her wedding guests to pick the couple's married last name.
Wait, pick it?
Pick it,
What?
yes.
Okay.
Daniel Bonadonna and Jacob Bartlebo are both very attached to their last names and have not been able to decide what they want to be called when they tie the knot. Danielle posted on social media that the couple was thinking about hyphenating their last names.
No.
How's that going to fit on a jersey?
The couple has now decided to allow their wedding guests to vote on whether or not they should combine their names when they tie the knot in February. The bride-to-be explained that she wasn't willing to give up her last name, but would be okay with adding her fiancé's to the end of hers. So here's to the future Mr. and Mrs. Bonadonna Bartlebo.
Which sounds like a Harry Potter character, right? Matt, you're among the three of us, the latest one to get married here. Was hyphenation ever a thing?
No, she's going with Shelley Doolittle. That's what she's going to go overall with. She's not putting a hyphen in there, but she's going with, like her overall title still says Leah Shelley Doolittle.
Okay. Now, my wife, she didn't want to go through the legal rigmarole of changing her last name. And I was fine with it. I'm kind of, like, on Amazon, we have the same last name, but that's about it.
On Amazon,
And I made that. No, like, so like when she gets packages, it makes me feel like, all right, at least
Mr. and Mrs.
Well, but honestly, I don't have any issue with it.
We haven't done the legal thing, and she travels a lot for work, and sometimes I get to tag along, and it's still weird when you call down for room service or something. I go, hello, Mr. Shelley. No. I'm like, it's that.
Yeah. I'm Mr. Boone all the time.
Me. Yeah.
I knew somebody who took her husband's first name and last name as her full last name. So it'd be like Liza Mitch English. Oh, that would be her.
She would not want that name. Joe, that comes with a lot of bad credit and bad reputation.
Yeah, Leah don't want those bills.
I went to a wedding. It was some millennials, and the guy took the bride's last name.
Oh, really?
It was
Did he have a bad last name?
No, that's what was so weird about it. No, I was like, all right, what's going on there?
That's strange.
To me, it is. For them, it's not.
I told Leah, I was like, look, if you don't want to deal with the Dr. Doolittle jokes, because she's trying to get her doctorate right now. She's like, no, I'll have fun with it. I'm like, yeah, elementary school was great.
I told her we'd take the last name of Boone only if we go out and get a farm.
Or a son named Daniel.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony!
Thanks, Mitch. In theaters now is the docudrama Bonhoeffer, which tells the tale of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who risked everything to fight the Nazis in World War II.
We have devised a plot to assassinate the Führer.
You will go to England as our spy.
Churchill sees Germany as a whole. He's afraid that a bomb traced to England would mean invasion or worse.
Invasion? Invasion? My country was invaded from within.
As the world teeters on the brink of annihilation, Dietrich Bonhoeffer joins a deadly plot to assassinate Hitler. I chatted with director Todd Komarnicki.
We need to go out in the world and speak the truth in love. We need to make a difference. We can't quit. It's okay to be discouraged, but it's not okay to give up. So this is a moment for everybody to reboot and start loving.
Bonhoeffer is a masterful film about finding courage in the face of horrendous evil. This film must be seen and shared. Again, it's in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated PG-13. Streaming on Peacock is the supernatural horror series Hysteria.
Chief, we found something.
For tonight's top story, we go to Happy Hollow, where police are searching for clues as to the whereabouts of high school student Ryan Hudson.
Sweetie, do you know that boy?
Yeah, he's in my English class.
The cryptic message left behind has people asking, do you believe in the devil?
In the 1980s, a struggling heavy metal band of outcasts realized that they can capitalize on the town's sudden interest in the occult by building a reputation as a satanic metal band. I chatted with series star Bruce Campbell. You mentioned your young cast. Do you enjoy working with these young, like Nikki Hahn and MJ Anthony? Are they fun scene partners?
They are, because they're young and full of collagen. You know, it's impressive. They're impressionable and they're excited. They're not jaded like, old guys like me. And so it's fun. They sort of keep you interested and fun, and I can share fundamentals with them, like showing up on time, like knowing your lines, like hitting your marks, So I'm that guy. I'm the fundamental guy. So I try and teach by example, trying to be semi-pleasant on set.
The series is a well-done fright fest with a bit of tongue-in-cheek added, but the series is in its first season and needs some time to work out a few pacing issues. Again, it's streaming on Peacock and gets a C. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey, welcome to Furry Friends this week. Well, we all have, you cat lovers out there, you know your cat's routines. They've all got a thing they like to do before they go to bed, right? Well, let's meet Nacho. He's the internet's newest star cat. Yes, Nacho is a ginger short hair who takes cat behavior to the next level. Nacho likes to use his owner's dishwasher as a makeshift spa. In true cat fashion, he combines staying warm with the perfect steam bath. See, when I do this at home, my wife looks at me all weird, but when a cat does it, it's fine. I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Mitch, your cats have those weird routines they like to do?
Yes, I was just talking this morning. We have a cat door. Our cat's figured out how to break through it. I built a wall. He knows how to knock it down. I literally put a 12-pound weight in front of it. The cat can move the 12-pound weight out of the way and still get outside. And every night he does. It makes the noise and wakes us up at 2:00 in the morning.
Now, as a double cat owner, I've learned that you can tell them stuff 100 times and it's not going to work. And we're trying to figure out how to get them to stop ripping up the carpet now. Because both of them, but they're at least getting along.
That's all that matters, right? Yeah.
That's all that matters. It only took 4 months. And move over therapy dogs. There's a new star roaming the halls at a senior care center in Kansas. His name is Odin. He's a cute pig with a curly tail and an appetite for cereal. The pint-sized porker belongs to the maintenance manager, Brett Martin. He thought Odin's playful personality would brighten the day of the 122 senior residents, and it has. Odin has just been named the unofficial mayor of the building. So it's super cute. They say pigs are as smart as a 3-year-old, heck, probably smarter than some of the ones I know. And hey, if it makes them smile and it's something different, I'm all for it, bringing them around.
Well, if he's the unofficial mayor, they have an actual official mayor of a building. If you think of that,
his name's Greg. He's a little grouchy. He sits in the corner and throws bagels at people.
That's great. Well, and the pig probably appreciates bagels. It's interesting what animals can do. It's just it brings so much comfort. I would never thought of a pig to bring that, but really, if you think about it, how much that is helping the residents of this building and kind of.
If he brings a smile to their faces, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, pig slop is probably all they have left over anyway to eat. Matt, thanks so much. Speaking of animals, we got a penguin found in Australia. His story.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hello, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
We love having you here for the show.
Yes.
We always appreciate it. Tell your friends about us. And more importantly, we love to hear from you, especially this time of year. Why don't you drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com. Also, of course, you go to our website. There's a sound off button. It comes right to us. Speaking of writing and words, it looks like our friends at the Oxford Dictionary, Oxford University Press, has come out with their Word of the Year.
Oh, I always love these. Okay.
And this always bothers me too because this year it's not a word, it's 2 words.
It's a phrase.
It's a phrase, okay.
Yeah.
All right, phrase.
No, but...
You're right. No. Either way, they said it's the Word of the Year.
No, I'm with you. I get it.
And it's brain rot. Brain rot.
Brain
is,
rot, yeah.
Brain rot. And basically brain rot is when you're just doing something.
Just zoned out.
You're doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling is a great.
Doom scrolling.
So we've all done the doom scrolling. We've also done the brain rot. Well, believe it or not, this is actually not a new word.
Yeah, I heard
it was actually first said back in the 1800s with Henry David Thoreau, the Prime Minister of Canada, I believe, right?
A poet. Thoreau was a poet. Writer, poet.
Thoreau was, all right, and didn't know it apparently. And he had a book. And he was in a Walden Books.
I know Walden was the
name
Walden Pond was the.
I should probably read more.
That's okay. It's the brain rot.
The brain rot of me doing that. So you're caught on for what I was doing. All right, and they said the search for this word had gone up 230% last year. That's why they kind of gave it to that. Now, keep in mind, how often do we say brain rot? So 4 people could have searched for it and then gone up to 230%, right?
I mean, and at this point with these search engines, everything's a little suspect, right?
Exactly.
Right. So, but the original version of brain rot wasn't what we think of it as today. It was more of like,
I don't know that. I guess basically that you're kind of just drifting away.
Drifting away, yeah.
Because I believe they had androids back in David Thoreau's time, right? And
that was the
1800s.
1800s.
It was on the Razor.
Razor's Edge, yes.
Jackson and I have our own little show. You guys let us know when you guys do yours, and we'll join you. How about that?
Exactly.
Anyway, brain rot. Use it
Brain
today.
rot.
It is the new word of the year for
Mitch,
Oxford.
I have a quick question.
Hey, I'll take questions now. This is the portion of the show where we take questions from other hosts. Where'd you go?
What's this? What are you working on?
You're about to. Hey, for protection, you need protection.
Let me have that.
Man.
Let me have that.
I'm breaking my.
Let me just type it.
I remember. I have to give this back to Alex.
In between shows, are you done working on something?
If you wouldn't, I would have gone home with this thing. I have a screwdriver.
Camera batteries.
Just in case you go to the big house.
Do you have batteries in your pocket too?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. That's all. Save me now. Save me, get me
All
out
right,
of
a
this.
taxi driver was trapped upside down after his cab crashed on the streets of New York. It was a scary sight for onlookers. They could see the driver hanging upside down from his seatbelt hidden inside his wrecked yellow cab. When emergency crews arrived, they found the taxi sitting on its roof in the middle of a Manhattan street. Fire crews worked to free the cabbie, and once he was out of the car, he appeared to be in pain as first responders talked to him about the crash. As you mentioned earlier, Mitch, this is kind of a rare sight in New York. These guys drive like race car drivers,
100%.
and they're extremely talented, but it is rare to see a wrecked cab.
And to have him flip, so he must have, I bet you a curb, the article didn't say exactly how it happened, but a curb upside down. Good news is he is
okay.
alive and okay. Nice to see that. But boy, I bet you that stopped traffic somewhere, right?
You gotta love in New York, though. People would just probably kept walking by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Video clear,
and then they kept going.
Yeah. You going anywhere? You need a ride? Alrighty. This is a cool story. A lone emperor penguin took a serious left turn, wound up 2,000 miles away from home. The native of Antarctica was found wandering alone on a sun-drenched beach in Western Australia.
That would be something in West Pennsylvania.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? The penguin, nicknamed Gus, was taken by a local wildlife rehab group. 20 days of care. He gained 8 pounds, believe it or not. They are hoping that he does make his way back to the icy Antarctica. It's weird that he had made such a big turn, but they do follow a trend.
Yeah.
So he'll remember that track, I'm sure. Hopefully they can find him back to his group.
I wonder if they put a tracker or a tag on it.
I bet you they did.
Yeah.
I bet you they did. I mean, they have him, and it's harmless.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
keep our eyes on him.
Yeah,
Right? We got more Flash coming up with today's trends and tomorrow's talk.
Yeah, we've got lots ahead for you. If you live it, love it, or buy it, we talk about it on Life Love Shopping. Here we go. One woman has attempted to make her own Hermes Kelly bag. The iconic fashion statement can sell for more than 6 figures, depending on the model. Here's Brooke Deneau sharing how she made one for a fraction of the price.
I've been keeping track of how much I've spent on my remake of this bag. If you don't know, if I were to just go buy one, it would be $98,000, which is more than anything just fascinating to me from an economics perspective. The leather was about $250 if you factor in shipping. I bought the hardware from someone else who made it. I was about $90 with shipping. The biggest line item is actually, well, if I'm not considering the $16,000 laser cutter that I cut this on, is going to be labor, because the stitching time on this is substantial. Supposedly a Kelly bag has 2,600 stitches and takes a trained artist artisan, 25 hours, which sounded pretty reasonable when I first heard it. But now that I've done this, no, that's incredibly fast. I'm not even remotely even close to that pace with my laser cut holes that are kind of cheating in the first place. So minimum wage where I live is $15 an hour. I'm going to say, I think it might have taken me like more than this, but in the name of conservative estimates, I'm going to say it took me 40 hours. So here's the running total on this bag.
Retail giant Costco has announced it will no longer sell books year-round. Insiders say the store will be reconfigured without those giant tables of books in the center aisles. However, they do plan to bring them back for the holiday shopping season. Costco's decision comes at a tough time for the publishing industry. Experts say the members-only retailer is scaling back as a cost-saving measure. Each book has to be unboxed by hand, stacked a certain way. The labor for the book section is more intense than any other product in their stores. Costco shoppers will see the books return during the last 4 months of the year for the holiday shopping season. Moderation is the new trend for the holidays, and it's taking shape in the form of something called zebra striping. It's a method of drinking which is catching on with Gen Z. You alternate drinking cocktails with water or a mocktail. In essence, you're pacing yourself by making non-boozy choices in between the hard stuff. 78% of Gen Zers say they've cut back on drinking way back. 25% of adults say they prefer one and done. One alcoholic drink, one glass of water, and done for the night. Others say the rise in fun, fancy mocktails makes it easier to drink without the booze, the bad decisions, or the hangover. Let's talk about love and the silver set. Netflix has a new dating show for singles serving up 60. It's called Later Daters.
6 silver singles are about to go on a series of blind dates, but they don't have to go it alone.
So do you think your mom's easy to date?
I'm gonna get this dating coach. Oh, she's here.
I'm here to help people become better daters.
I need help.
This new dating series features 6 older singles who all live in Atlanta. With the help of a family and relationship expert, they dip their toes back into the dating pool. The 8-episode series focuses on a group of seasoned romantics ages 56 to 71 with the hopes of finding romance in a new dating world. The show's positive message proves it's never too late to find love. If you are thinking about booking a vacation rental for the holidays, one travel expert is offering some advice. Tammy Barr has stayed in more than 40 different rentals across 16 different countries. She says always look closely at the photos and determine whether the staging looks comfortable. If the home or the furniture seems out of proportion, it might be an attempt to make the place look larger with a wide-angled lens. Barr also says rental ratings are key. She uses them as a way to decide whether she books a certain place. Anything less than 4.5 stars is usually a risk. She also recommends that you read through all of the reviews whenever possible. And feedback can give you a better idea of cleanliness, location, and outside noise. She notes a big red flag moment here. She advises that you should be leery of a property that has not received an online review in a while. And if you love the place, check back in a few months for any reviews. Also, the biggest red flag of all, anyone who's criticized someone who stayed at their place. We're back after this.
'Twas the month of Christmas, and all through the flash, the hosts were rehearsing as Matt took out the trash.
How is this my job?
The cameras were in place, the scripts handled with care. How come the good-looking voice guy never gets on air? Mitch in his necktie, Andrea in her dress.
Are we gonna shoot the show?
I don't know, I guess.
The viewers were watching from all over the map.
You think your job's bad? I have to read this crap.
So wherever you watch us, TV, phone, or our site.
Happy holidays to all!
You had one line.
And to all, a good night.
Season's greetings from all of us at Daily Flash.
Well, welcome back. The holiday shopping frenzy, it is officially on. Don't worry, though. Tech guru Jennifer Jolly joins us to save the day with some tech-savvy gift ideas for everyone in your family. Take it away, Double J.
Thanks for having me. Let's start with Samsung's Galaxy A35 5G. This is a value-packed new smartphone with premium features like a dynamic display, enhanced photography, including nightography and night portrait mode, and the performance that you need to keep up with streaming content or gaming. This phone also features Galaxy AI's Circle to search with Google, which I use all the time. All of this for a value-packed price point as well. We are still peak Barbie everything. I'm talking about that nostalgia meets next-gen girl power. This limited edition Barbie Kodak Printomatic camera and Step Slim photo printer brings it 100%. Combine iconic instant photography with timeless pink power style, and these dope devices make capturing, printing, and sharing memories easier and more creative than ever. They connect via Bluetooth. It pairs with the Kodak app and lets you personalize your vibrant 2x3-inch prints and stickers on the go. For a storm season, you have to get a Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus. This is a must-have anytime you're worried about your power going out. It is powerful, portable, and compact. In fact, it's the lightest generator in its class and most trusted whole home backup power device. That's right, I said it, whole home backup power. Plus, it's super quiet, requires no maintenance, so it's a whole lot safer and more convenient to use indoors compared to traditional gas generators. For the collector or gamer in your life, check out Magic: The Gathering. This is an incredibly popular collectible card game that weaves deep strategy, gorgeous art, fantastical stories, and a thriving fan community all together into an epic and captivating game. This foundation set is the perfect pit for anyone starting, expanding, or rekindling their Magic card collection. Also, the Foundation's beginner box, this is the best way to really learn the game. It is packed with everything you need for your first Magic experience. All right, talk about being packed with everything you need for anyone looking to make something heartfelt and homemade. The ultimate DIY device right here, Cricut Joy Extra, lets you make all of these gifts. I am totally obsessed. As you can see, it can cut more than 50 different materials like vinyl, cardstock, and iron-on. You can use your Cricut Joy Extra to write, foil, and draw, and make all kinds of personalized, professional-looking gifts. I'm talking things like stickers, t-shirts, signs, whatever kinds of creative projects you can think of, really. I'm pretty much giving everyone in my life one of these coasters this year. I also love how compact it is. It tucks away anywhere, so you don't need to fill up a giant DIY crafting studio. Love this. Be sure to go to my website, techish.com, for details on all of these and so much more. Jolly holidays.
There's no better holiday gift than a gadget to make life a little easier and a lot more fun. Check these out.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Justine Santinello is an expert on lifestyle and tech trends. Here's what she suggests.
Don't miss out on the Ray-Ban Meta glasses with an intelligent AI assistant that helps you get things done hands-free starting at $299.99. Just say, "Hey Meta," to prompt the glasses to take pictures or video, listen to music, or even answer questions about what you're looking at. A great way to experience and share what you love. Plus, the collection is available in over 20 different combinations across a range of frame shapes, colors, and lens options, including prescriptions.
Justine says for those looking for a gift that has something for everyone, check out the Meta Quest 3S, which offers an affordable mixed reality experience at just $299.99. Stream movies on a huge screen from any room. Enjoy virtual courtside seats and play blockbuster games like Batman: Arkham Shadow, all with lightweight wireless on-the-go convenience and thousands of apps for every interest. Give the gift your family and friends will love. Visit meta.com.
Amazon is celebrating the holiday shopping season with a new ad campaign featuring Adam Driver. The two-time Oscar-nominated actor turns 5-star Amazon reviews into dramatic monologues.
Oh, cool.
Take a look.
Real Amazon customer reviews, performed by a real serious actor. What can I say about the banana slicer that hasn't already been said about the wheel, penicillin? This is one of the greatest inventions of all time. My husband and I would argue constantly over who had to cut the day's banana slices. It's one of those chores no one wants to do. You know the old, "I spent the entire day rearing our children. Maybe you can pitch in a little and cut these bananas." And of course, "You think I have the energy to slave over your damn bananas? I worked a 12-hour shift just to come home to this?" These are the things that can destroy an entire relationship. It got to the point where our children could sense the tension. The minute I heard our 6-year-old girl in her bedroom reenacting our daily banana fight with her dolls, I knew we had to make a change. That's when I found the banana slicer. Our marriage has never been healthier. And we've incorporated it into our lovemaking. 5 stars. Mrs. T.
Very nice.
Those are real Amazon 5-star reviews.
love that.
The campaign is part of Amazon's Joy is Shared initiative. It invites shoppers to enjoy the humor and authenticity of real customer feedback.
Okay, and I questioned the authenticity part, number one, but I appreciate what they're doing, 100%.
Yes.
And it's smart because if I go, hey, if I write a review, maybe Adam Driver would do it.
Yes.
And they really need, I would really appreciate a review, either good or bad. I look at those a lot, and I think they know people do that, but it encourages people to leave comments. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think when the person wrote that, it was tongue-in-cheek, obviously, but it's still hilarious.
But it's still hilarious. And for somebody to actually write that and post it.
Take the time, very creative, very creative. A suspect dubbed Notorious P.I.G. left officers on a wild chase through a Washington State neighborhood. The department posted their body cam footage of the chase, which featured a pig squealing loudly while attempting to run away from officers.
Poor thing.
The Tacoma Police Department said its animal control unit responded to a call about a pig on the loose. The pig was eventually caught unharmed and returned to a local ranch. The farm said Tori, aka Notorious P.I.G., sentenced to live out her life with other pigs as a spoiled resident of the ranch. And I want to say this about the Tacoma Police Department. That was brave of them to post this.
Yes.
Because, that is a derogatory name that they give police officers sometimes.
Yes.
So it goes to show you every day when they wake up, they don't know what they're about to encounter.
No, and the body cam footage, if you listen to the audio, it's hysterical.
Yeah, check it out if you can. Indeed. We got a movie coming up. Billy Zane, he lost all that hair, remember a while back, but now...
Perfect for this
is
role.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Movie star Marlon Brando recruits an LA architect to build the world's first eco-friendly retreat on a small island in Tahiti. Stars Billy Zane as a legendary actor. Here's today's must-watch movie, Waltzing with Brando.
For justice, we must go to Don Corleone. Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first?
Cut. Were you happy with the way The Godfather came out?
I don't think that's really worth talking about.
I hear you like to build great big domes and stuff like that.
I guess you could say I'm passionate about structurally efficient environments in the most inhospitable areas of the world.
Me too, that's why I chose Beverly Hills.
I own an island nearby. It's more beautiful than words can describe, and cinematography can capture, and I want to move there.
An island with no potable water.
Working on a process to bring clean, drinkable water to the island. Made from my own urine.
Or food sources, or electricity.
Eels.
Eels.
Electric eels. Put the eels in the lagoon, we siphon off their energy. Power our generators.
To live out there with even a moderate amount of modern convenience would be a monumental undertaking.
Bernie can build it.
I want to build the hotel right here.
Wait, hotel? What hotel?
How else do you think I'm going to pay for all this?
The airstrip alone is costing 3 times what you estimated.
There is no more money from us to you on this project at all. Ever.
John Heater.
Yeah, John Heater. Wow,
I like to see him do it.
Guy, Marlon Brando. What
He
an
was.
eccentric, right?
And then the only thing I see is The Island of Dr. Moreau, which was a weird movie altogether. But he was a guy, I mean, like back in the, Stella, I mean, he was the guy. He was the
could have been a
superstar.
contender.
But interesting to see. I think I'm going to watch this. I like
me
John
too,
Heater.
yeah.
That does it for our show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you.
Be good,
Bye-bye.
everybody. We'll see you later.